Hello, everybody. Hello, this is Ramona Sclera, and we're going to be going over Hashflare, ladies and gentlemen. Hashflare, the cloud mining services. I've been mining with them for almost over a year now, close to it, and as you can see, I'm still profiting. And I want you guys to kind of get the hands-on and how many THs. This is how many THs I've purchased. That's 581.99. So it's about 50 cents per TH that you make. So let's do the math. That's 581.99 times 0.50. Give or take. I'll make it a little more than that because Bitcoin went up, but it's around 50 cents per terahash. That's about $290 a day. But since Bitcoin has gone up, it's about 353.14 US dollars. Hashflare did lower their fees. They did lower their fees. It's not a huge amount, but the fees are now no longer half. It used to be almost half of whatever you make, they're taking. So if you want to do the math here, if you buy terahashes with Hashflare, and I got my mining pools, an F2 pool and Int pool. Int pool, I got it at 80%, and F2 pool at 20%. As you can see, Bitcoin went up, then it went down, and now it's going back up again. What is the long-term goal with Hashflare, ladies and gentlemen? The goal is to get this many Bitcoins within a year's time frame, give or take. Okay, now some contracts, depending on when you start, it could end. They're going to end in a year, so that you know. So how do you continue to make money with cloud mining even when the contract ends? Well, you reinvest, you take some profit, buy some more terahashes because that new contract will be for another year. So you want to keep it yearly and you want to keep it growing and going. I also have a mining contract with Genesis, the Ethereum mining contract. They are going to start paying out in that actually contract starts at the end of this month, which is the 30th of April, when Genesis starts paying that out. There's no longer any contracts available with Genesis. They sold out. I have two contracts with them. I have unlimited Bitcoin with them, and I have a Ethereum, which will be starting on the 30th of April. But for this particular video, I want to show you why Hashflare is still profitable, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say you want to get started with cloud mining. You don't know where to go. I went to Hashflare, and they've been paying me every day. Every day. I can withdraw this amount of money right now. This is my balance, so I'm going to copy that, show you what the actual amount looks like in dollars. That's about $1,144.95. See, Bitcoin has gone down just a tad here, as you can see, but it's going to fluctuate. If you look at where Hashflare, where the contract was, let me go ahead and open this up. Where am I looking for? Here we go. This is Bitcoin. Bitcoin, in the beginning of April, was down to about $6,600, give or take, right over here. If you look at on the 11th of April, it was at $6,835 for one Bitcoin, $6,835. If you look at the uptrend, you see it's trending. You can see the volume here, and you can also see it's spiking, it continuing to rise. Okay, so it's right now, it's hovering right around $8,800, $8,900 right now. It's been like that pretty much last week. If you look at the week time frame here, 3-day time frame from the 20th to the 23rd, it continued to rise. You can see it was a dip. This happened in January, February, March. It still went down. It was continuing to go down as far down as 65, 70. This would have been a great time to get into cloud mining. The best time to get into a cryptocurrency mining pool is when it's down, because eventually what will happen as it rises, as you can see here, which it has done, your money will continue to grow no matter what you put in previously. Let's say you put 5,000 here at the low point, okay? So let's say you put $5,000 here at the low point. That's almost a full Bitcoin. By the end of your contract, you should have about 3 times that amount of money. That's the projection, okay? Now, as Bitcoin increases in price and value, not only do you make the 3 times the amount, but you're also going to make the inflation amount. So Bitcoin continues to rise, whatever that may be. So it went up almost $2,000+ in that time frame. That means, let's go back to Coinbase and show you exactly what that means. That means your money would have risen tremendously. Because if you're here, look at this growth, ladies and gentlemen. This is in a week's time frame, about 10+0.88%. It went up almost $872 from last week. And the week before, again, almost $2,000 difference from where it was in the beginning of April, and we're almost towards the end of April, and it went up almost 2,000 plus. If I click on monthly, you'll see exactly what that looks like. Let's see. No, monthly is not good because we're on March. We wanted to start from April, from right over here somewhere. But as you can see, the massive growth from the beginning of April until now, where it's at now. And I see it continuing to rise from here on out. So there's no guarantees that it will, but look at the price point. If you put in, let's say, 10 grand, and it took you a year to make 20 grand, you still doubled your money, okay? And the potential for it to get even higher, you're looking at a return on investment from 10 grand, maybe $32,000 at the end of the year, give or take. I'm going to pull out the calculator, and I'm going to show you the figures, okay? This is, again, this is without the mining fees. See, doesn't include the maintenance fees. So keep in mind, there's maintenance fees involved when you're doing cloud mining, okay? I'm going to click on Bitcoin. So if you were to put $10,000 and buy 166,667 gigahashes, SHA-256, which is the Bitcoin, this is your daily income, about 90.41 to 115, and then you want to take 3/4 of that, 1/4 of it away in maintenance fees. So 115 will probably bring in about 70, maybe $65, $70 a day, okay? But if you look at the monthly, which is nice, you're looking at $27.39 to $3,500 monthly on a $10,000 investment on Bitcoin SHA mining contract, SHA-256. But that's without the maintenance fees. So with the maintenance fees, you're looking a little more than half of that, okay? So you look at $1,500, maybe $1,700, $1,800 a month you'll be making on this contract from right now where Bitcoin is at the current price point. Now, $1,700, I will say $1,800, okay? $1,800 is about fair because it used to be half for the maintenance fees, but now Hashflare has lowered their maintenance fees. This was fought for by everyone who was mining with Hashflare. It was it was way too high. It was hard to make. I mean, you could still make money, but you're not making as profit as you was before when the market was really well. But look at the long term. You got to look at the long-term goal. The goal is to wait for Bitcoin to hit 20,000, 15,000, 20,000, possibly beyond that. That is the goal, because if you're in it now and it doubles, eventually it will. It will double. And when it does, so does your mining contract. So whatever you're making now, let's say it's $3,500, let's double that. So 35, you're looking at 7,000 monthly without the fees, probably taking home maybe around $5,000, $6,000, with the maintenance fee about, $4,500 a month, which is a lot of money. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so let's do the math. Okay, let's just get the calculator out here so you get a better understanding. This is going to switch from Bitcoin to Litecoin to Ethereum and Zcash. So pay no mind to the numbers here as it does move to a different currency. So keep that in mind. I just want to show you something here. Let's say you put $10,000 in the maintenance fees. You're looking at about $1,800 after. That's a month. Okay, so $1,800 is what you'll be making, give or take. Give or take. You can make more. You can make less. You could probably make a lot. If Bitcoin continues to rise, then you'll make more. For every $100 Bitcoin goes up, so does your contract, ladies and gentlemen. So keep that in mind. Just because you put $10,000 in it, leave it in there, let it work for you. You'll see exactly what I mean. You can reinvest it if you would like to do so, and then continue to make it even higher, more profitable, or you can just withdraw it. It's entirely up to you what you want to do with your money. Again, if you go in with a lesser amount, the reason why I put $10,000 here or $5,000 here, it's because if you start off too small, the minimum withdrawal amount for Hashflare is like 0.05. So if you do the math on that, let's get the handy dandy notebook out. 0.05. It's about $444. So that's the minimum amount you can withdraw with Hashflare. So keep that in mind. And it could take you, depending on how much you put in. If you don't put in a lot of money, I mean, to be honest with you, it's not really going to, you're not really going to benefit from this contract. Let's just put it that way. So, I mean, if you're talking about $100, $200, listen, keep your money. Keep your money. Just buy Bitcoin and hold on to it. That's what I would tell you. Or hold on to a different crypto. Maybe you want to go to altcoins. Altcoins is a great place to go to. Maybe buy some Ripple, Electronium, or some other cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin. That way you can sit on those coins and hopefully potentially double and triple your income if the coin or altcoin does go up. Just as for people that have money laying around and it's sitting in the bank or sitting somewhere, you want to make that money make money for you. It's called passive income. It's a great way for you to make some money on the side of your job. So if you're working and you don't have to work 2 jobs now, you could just stay with 1 job and make money mining just like this here. And as you can see, my profit is about $1,400 right now with this income here. As you can see, this is where I withdrew on the 15th. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 days later, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 days later, this is where I'm at. So I made about $1,300 a week, give or take. That's what I'm making take home type money. Okay, this is a take home money because this with the maintenance fees taken out already. So with the maintenance fee taken out, about $1,500 a week. If you do the math, what does that equal out to monthly? Let's do it. So about, say, $1,500, and we're going to times that by 4. 4 months, that's about $6 grand. I'm making about $6 grand a month. So about $4,000 of that is going into maintenance fees. As you can see, here's the month. I make about $10,000, almost $10,500, $10,600 a month. But with the maintenance fees, it's less than half because I'm taking home about $6,000 a month. So if I'm taking home $6,000 a month, that means $4,000 of it is going into maintenance fees, which is still profitable, which is still making good money, ladies and gentlemen. Now remember, I put in some money from way back and I continue to reinvest, and then what I did is I took out, so I made my money back and then some. I'm just continuing to reinvest sometimes. I reinvested this amount of money. I didn't withdraw this. I reinvested it. I think it was about a little over $1,000 bucks, but at that time, Hashflare had a 25% code, which was HTML Moon or something like that, and so that $1,000 purchase only cost me $800, which was fantastic. So what I did is I let that ride, so I got another $1,000 contract. I just started with them, so in another year from now, that will end. But the point is to continue to keep your contracts going. So withdraw your profit if you want to. Make sure you get all your money back out and then play with the rest. Let the rest reinvest for you. Just click on the reinvestment tool. If you click on reinvest, you can reinvest in the script or in SHA-256. I got a Litecoin and I have a Bitcoin reinvestment within this platform. But I mean, I'm not putting any more money into script. I think that was a terrible purchase. Why? Because they pay out in Bitcoin. They don't pay out in Litecoin. And that's the problem. So I'm no longer going to buy a script contract with Hashflare. I'm sticking strictly to Bitcoin because they're not paying out in Litecoin. If they paid out in Litecoin, I would have put a lot more money in because now the value, because Litecoin's at $100 and something per coin. You do the math. If you would have put a significant amount of money in, if they paid you in Litecoin and Litecoin doubles or triples, you can make some really good money with that. So, but as you can see here, it's still profitable. People say, well, you know, I don't think it's profitable enough. You're not making that much money. Well, if you put a significant amount of money in, you're going to make some good money. Because in a year's time frame, this was at $250,000 in January, December and January, before Bitcoin started to tank. When Bitcoin was at about $20,000, this was at $250,000, which was fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, but the value went down. The value went down, and my money is now lower, but it's still profitable. See, what you guys got to understand is, yes, Bitcoin tanked, but you're still making money. Even if you make 50% of what you put in. You're still making whatever you put in, the 10 grand plus 50%, $5,000, $15,000, give or take. You're still in profit. Okay? That's what people have to understand. This contract still works and it's still making me money. As you can see, I'm making 6 grand take home. Take home money. Okay, so passive take home. So every day they get me paid, I can withdraw this money and it'll be in my account just like that. And that's the great thing about cloud mining. It is very profitable and you can still make some good money with it. But again, if you want to make a significant amount of money, you have to put in a decent amount. You can't put in $50 and expect to make $1,200 within a year. I mean, that's not really going to change your life, but depending on who you are. For people out there, the people that I'm talking to, the people that I'm reaching out to, are the people with a significant amount of cash that got laying around. Maybe your taxes came in and you want to make some money. What I would encourage you, people will go out and buy a brand new car or buy a used car. They'll put $5,000, $2,000. Here's the thing. The smart thing to do, what smart people do or rich people do, instead of going out and buy that car, they'll probably finance the car. Put a small down payment and let the rest of that money work for them, because that eventually is going to pay off that car. So car's $5,500, you put a down payment, I don't know, $1,000, you take the $4,000, you put it in Hashflare and let it work for you. Why? Because in hopes that Bitcoin will continue to rise, that $4,000 within a year, okay, will be 2 times that amount, 3 times that amount. So 4 times 3, that's 12 G's. And you can pay the car off at the end of the contract when you're ready. You withdraw that money, pay the car off in full, and guess what? You got extra money laying around. And that's the great thing about making your money work for you. If you don't make your money work for you, then what are you doing? You're just letting it sit in the bank. You're not making but 1.99% interest. You're getting a few pennies a month, maybe 5 cents, which is ridiculous. I don't know why people do it, but they do. So what's the best thing to do is to put that money to work for you. So as you can see here, I haven't made an update in a while. Obviously, we were all hurting from the market, not just one individual person, a lot of people, because people are shorting the coin. When they short a coin, what happens is they put the value to go down, and they make money that way. People make money shorting the coin, which is terrible for people that like us that hold the cryptocurrency or are mining it using cloud mining. The cloud mining, you don't have to buy the software. You don't have to have machines at home. You don't have to have the electricity going through the roof. What you're doing is you're lending the money to Hashflare. They buy the machines and you rent their machines. You're renting their machines and they pay you in the pool. You're in the pool with a bunch of people. This is the pools here, okay? This is the pool. You're in the pool with other people, and every day, whatever that pool accumulates, it splits it to all those people in that pool. A percentage of it will get paid out to you. And that's what this is here on the revenue forecast. Because the revenue forecast is the potential that you can make. You're not going to make all of this because there are maintenance fees. But this is what I like to tell everybody, because what happens is they expect, well, it says $10,000, $11,000 here monthly. Why am I not getting $11,000? Why am I getting only $6,000? Well, listen, $6,000 is still a lot of money. If you do the math, the monthly $6,000 take home when a full-time income, okay, this is a full-time income. Let me show you a full-time income after taxes. Full-time income making about, I don't know, 20-something dollars an hour. You're working 50 hours a week, give or take, and your take home after taxes is about $3,200. That's if you're making a good income, about $3,200 take home. The average take home is about $2,500 monthly. If you own a house, your mortgage is about $1,000 to $2,000. Okay, and then you have your car payment, which is about $500. There you go. There's your salary, and this is why people are broke, because they're paying for their house, they're paying for their rent, and they're paying for their car, and then there's no extra money. So then you got to work a second job, and you got to do this and that. The best thing to do is make the money work for you. Having a smart contract, having a smart way of investing your money, the money that you have laying around, maybe in your 401k that you can borrow from and pay it back when you make it 3 times that amount of money. Potentially, because I have to say potentially, because Bitcoin could drop. And if it drops in value, then so does your money, okay? But if you get it all back, it's still win-win, okay? You didn't lose anything, you got your money back. But if Bitcoin goes to zero, you lose everything. But that's a potential. Now, for that to ever happen, it's bananas. I don't think it's ever going to happen. But again, I hope it doesn't, because we will all be out of money if we're doing this. But so does the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar also can go to zero. So no money is safe unless it's gold and silver. If you have gold and silver, that is the only money that has value. Okay, U.S. dollar can go to zero. Cryptocurrencies can go to zero. You get the idea. It's happened for millennials of time. Any nation that have their currency always went to zero sometime, somewhere. I don't know when it's going to happen, but eventually that could possibly happen. So do you want it to happen? Of course not. Of course not. But again, this is something you can do on the side of your job. That way, that $2,500 that you're making at your full-time job with the money you're making here could potentially be $5,000 monthly. Now, think about that. You're making $5,000 a month, okay? You were making $2,500, but you invested some money that you had laying around, maybe your 401k you borrowed from, or you had some money in your savings, or your taxes, whatever money you had laying around, and you invested it into cryptocurrency. Now, you're cloud mining with Hashflare. You're getting paid daily, whether you want to withdraw it or you want it to reinvest it. It's entirely up to you. It's your decision. I would encourage you to let it grow, okay? If it's a small amount of money, you want to let it grow. You don't want to withdraw it because it's not really going to make or change your life, okay? But if you get your contract to about where you're making $5,000 a month, okay? That's with your full-time job and this on the side. Do you think you can afford your house payment now? Do you think you can pay your car payment now? I believe so, because now you got money to play with, okay? You got extra money. And what I've done with that money, okay, because I started out just like everybody else. I didn't trust this program. I didn't know what it was about. I put an initial $500 in. I put $100, excuse me. I started with $100, and then I looked at the future revenue forecast, and I was like, whoa, okay. It became $300 by the end of the year. Now, when I started, Bitcoin was only like, I want to say $1,800. Bitcoin was at $1,800 when I started. So you could see why the revenue forecast skyrocketed for me. Now, imagine starting at $1,800 per Bitcoin, and Bitcoin hit 20 grand. Yowzers, exactly. You see exactly what I'm talking about. When that could happen, that also could happen this year as well. Every time at the end of May, if you look at the behavior of Bitcoin at the end of May of every year, there's always a significant drop when the Chinese New Year, tax season, right before that. So that's January, December, January, February, March, and April. And then right around May, that's when Bitcoin starts to make the run, the bull run. And it's happening again. Happens every year. Look at the behavior. Let me go ahead and pull up the chart. As you can see here, this is Bitcoin. Now, what I'm going to do, look at historical data, because I want you guys to see exactly what I'm talking about. So you'll see in May, see, this is where Bitcoin was at its lowest point. So see, March, it hit $6,630 here. But let's go to, I'm going to go last year. So I'm going to go all time. Okay. Okay, this is all time. Now we're going to go into, see, here we go. His January, February of this year, Bitcoin was still doing pretty good. It was at 11.1, 11.3 here on February 21st. And then it started to drop. It went under 10,000 and went back up in March. And then it started declining again. And it went all the way down. So this is where we're at currently, which is 89.25, which is yesterday. This is yesterday. Yesterday's high was 9,001. Now let's go down. Let's go back to 2017. Okay, this is 2017. Look at the price of Bitcoin at this time. Would you have loved to get in now? Then, of course you would. And the same thing's going to happen. Look at Bitcoin when I got in. Let's see, January. I got in 18. See, April. Right around this area. This is when I got into Bitcoin. Look what Bitcoin's price point was. $1,321 per Bitcoin. But if you look at January, So look at March. It went down again. Remember, January, February, March. It shot down. And then it went up. April, it started to climb. The end of April, here comes May. Boom, it's almost at 2 grand. Here's May, it's at 2 grand. And it's continuing to rise every single January, February, March, April. April, you'll start to see it climb. And then May, it'll skyrocket. That's the behavior. I'm not saying it's going to happen. No one knows the future. But I'm telling you, this is what happened every year. Now I'm going to go to 2016, just so you can see this. Okay, so let's go to 2016. Here's this November. Here's October, November. Look at the price of Bitcoin, $700 or something back then. Let's go all the way down to April of 2016. Here's April, okay? Here's January, okay? Here's January, February, March. Here we go. Bitcoin was down again. Same thing. December of 2015, Bitcoin was at its high point. It was at $400 and something. That's only 3 years ago, okay? So you're looking at it here, and now January, here we go. Same behavior. It's starting to dip. Look at it. 400 went down to 300 and something. It started to go down, 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 down. January, February, it went back up a little bit. Then it shot back down to $400 in March. But what I'm trying to give you in a better understanding is that it goes up and down every January, February, March. And then when April comes, here comes April. And look at the price. It's starting to rise, rise, rise. April. Here comes May. Also almost at 500. Okay. And there is 500 right here. Here's May, 534. And they continue to rise. And here we go. Now, this is the behavior of Bitcoin. Now, if you would have got in then on a mining contract, you could see the potential. Now, from there on out, the behavior is the same. In the beginning of the year, it dips. Towards the middle of the year, it starts to climb. In May is when it picks up. And then you can see it here, 600. Then here we go, $700 in December. It reached 1,000 in January, shot back down again. Why? Because the Chinese New Year, the behavior of Bitcoin, this happens. March and then April. It wasn't too much of a loss in 2017, but it did go down, as you can see, all the way down to 972. April came, here comes May. May, what happens in May? It really picked up. It almost hit $2,000, and it did. By May 21st, 2017, Bitcoin did the dance. The dance is this. And the dance is happening right now. Look at the dance. I'm showing you live here. This is the dance. You can see it with your own eyes. It's been happening year after year after year. And here it is. This is the dip. March. Here comes April. April. Guess what? Guess what's around the corner of April? April. May's next month, right? Which is, we're in the 23rd. So May's right around the corner. We've done about a week and a half. Here comes May. But look at the coin already behave. Look at the behavior of Bitcoin again. It's doing the dance. And here, let's go to 1 year all time. Let's go to 1 year. Okay. This in the year. Here we go. Here comes April, June, August, October, December. This is when it was its high point, which was unbelievably amazing for everybody. But then the dance happened. Here comes January again. Blah 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 blah. What do you want to do with your money when this starts to happen? If you're holding on to Bitcoin, it's in your wallet. You don't want it to lose value. So you know right around December, January is the potential for it to happen again because it's been happening year after year after year. Then you change it into what's called I forgot the name of it. I've got to show you it. Let me see if I have it open. I do not. I thought I did. What I wanted to have it open was Bittrex so I could show you exactly what Bittrex looks like. It's called TUSD or something like that. It's one that never changes in high percentages. That's where you put your money to be safe. So if you have money in Bitcoin in, let's say, your exchange, you exchange it to that money, which it goes up like 0.01 here and there. Right around this time, which is around December, January. Okay, that's when you want to turn it into that because you know it's going to dip. Maybe. Again, it's been happening every year, so the potential for next year is for it to happen again. So you want to turn it into that kind of money so you won't lose the value, you won't lose your money. And then you wait for it to do the dip, and guess what? Right around April, is when you buy back in, because you kept all your profits, you didn't lose it. You buy back in right around the beginning of April, and you wait for the rise again, and you do the dance with everybody. This is what the whales are doing. That's why the behavior of Bitcoin has been doing this. But look, since last year, look at that. Look at the kind of money gained, this cryptocurrency gain. So which is amazing. So you just got to look at it that way. You look at the long-term goal of Bitcoin. Right now, the current point is 8899. I see this breaking the 10K. It just went up to 8,900, but I see it breaking the 9K, 10K mark right around the beginning of May, and then I think it's going to shoot up to 15. Hopefully by the end of May, by May 23rd, May something, it should be hit about 10 grand. I mean, yeah, right around 10 to 12 grand there, and then hopefully to the moon. And that's what people are hoping on. And then this is a bull market run. It's went up $2,000 some in the month, give or take. So, I mean, it's doing really well. And it looks like it's going to continue to rise from there. So remember, every time Bitcoin gains value, so does your cloud mining contract, okay? Your cloud mining contract will continue to rise. So if Bitcoin hits 9,000, guess what's going to happen? This is going to change from 10,600 to about 11,000, 12,000 monthly. So instead of making 6,000 a month, I'll be making like $7,000 to $8,000 a month. Okay, and then if Bitcoin hits $10,000, same thing happens again. My Bitcoin value will go up, and if it hits 20,000, then you can double this, and then I'll be taking home around 13,000 to 15,000 monthly, which is fantastic. This is why it's very profitable. It's been working really well for me, and this is why I share it with everyone to educate them on exactly how to make passive income without having to break your back working 2 jobs. I've seen it. I've done it. I was there. I was working 3 jobs at one point: a pizza place, a factory, and a third shift factory assembly line. And just to make ends meet, I was making minimum wage at the time, and it was tough. It was tough. I have my son was born, and it was like I had to work. As simple as that. You got to bring money, and I had to do anything and everything to make it happen. Make sure he got his medical bills paid, make sure that he was healthy, make sure he had food on the table and clothing, and you know what, we were renting at the time. And I mean, it's just part of the daily grind. And the other way to beat the daily grind and not having to work 3 jobs or 2 jobs is to make passive income on the side to help you with your current employment. So you're working right now, you're working 40 hours a week, maybe 50. Sometimes people like it. Just get away from the house, and you spend most of your time at work anyway. If it's a career, you love to do it, power to you. It doesn't mean you can't make passive money anyways on the side. So this is just a little bit of education on what I've been doing for me, and hopefully sharing with you so you guys can do exactly the same thing. I know I look like shit. I woke up, don't do shit all day, and it's exactly why I've been drinking my coffee and just watching the market, and that's what I do. So what I do with my extra money here, I'll take it. So if I make extra money and I don't need the money, what I'll do is I'll go to an exchange and I'll buy altcoins. Altcoins are currencies that are not Bitcoin. And then I look at which one looks like it's going to go up. I do my dance, figure out, and buy a lot of it and hold it, because that's my nest egg. You always want a nest egg on the side. So if you're making extra money and you're comfortable making your money, you're working, you're making passive money here, you want to take some of this profit and make even more money with it. How do you do that? Well, you take this Bitcoin, you bring it to an exchange like Poloniex, Bittrex, Qcoin, or Binance, and you buy altcoins, and then you save it into a wallet that you own for that cryptocurrency, and then leave it there, okay? And let it ride, because eventually, if it's at, like Ripple was at, the time that I got into Ripple, it was at 40-something cents, and then it went all the way up to $3.50. So I mean, I done, when I say quadrupled my money, I did it, but I didn't sell it because I thought it was going to hit $10, and it declined, and I didn't sell it. So that was my mistake. I should have sold it there and then wait for it to dip and then buy back again, because when Bitcoin dips, a lot of these altcoins dip with it. It's just the way, the behavior of the cryptocurrency coin. So hopefully this guy will help you out. Let me see if you guys got any messages. Anybody even on? I don't even know. So let's see. Anybody on? Here we go. Did you buy THS for 220 to 40 US like me? I bought it a long time ago. I don't remember when I bought it, but I did buy it a while ago. So John Vershaw. No profit for me. Probably 40% loss. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Your loss is only a loss if you sell the coin when it's down. That's what I tell everybody. If you sit on the coin and you hold on to it, don't sell it. Don't sell it just yet. It's only a loss if it's down and you sell it. Wait for it to rise. That's what I'm doing. I'm not selling any of my coin. I'm letting it ride. Once it rides very high or high enough where you doubled your money or probably even more, then you want to sell it and take your profits and let the rest ride. You know what I mean? So hopefully you take that into consideration. So a loss is only a loss if you sell it low. Just keep that in mind. But as you can see, I mean, listen, we all took a loss. Not just you, my man. I took a loss too. I'm over $100,000 loss, you know, for my year contract compared to where I was at its high point. You know, so we're all lost, but it's only a loss if you take that coin and you sell it. Now, do you believe in Bitcoin? Do you think it's going to go back up? Do you think it's going to get back up to where you want it to? You know, that's where you have to, you know, make the decision. If you think so, then wait. Don't sell it. Wait for it to go back up. And then you'll see all that money you lost come right back. All that money you lost will be back. Again, it's not really a loss. I hate to say loss because it really isn't. But if you guys are looking to get started with Hashflare, I put the link in the description. You have my website and you got my Hashflare referral code. That's how I make extra cash, by educating you guys on what I'm doing. Hopefully you guys will take action. That's entirely up to you. Again, no pressure. But you see the difference in my account. It's live. I don't hide anything. As you can see here, if I take this money now and we'll go back here and we're going to pump it right in this box. That's what I have right now to withdraw $1,146. It went up $2 because Bitcoin's on its way up again. Looks like it's going to break 8,900. Hopefully it'll do that soon. Again, and then this will go up in value. This will go up in value. As long as you don't sell it, it'll go up in value. When you sell it and you turn it into US dollars, then that's what you keep. That's the US dollar amount you keep. If you keep it in Bitcoin and Bitcoin continues to rise, so will your money if Bitcoin continues to rise. Just so you get an idea. But my THs are $581.99. I started with, again, $100. And then I went from 100 to 500. And then I went from 500 to 1,000. So I had about $1,600 in there, and then I waited about another week to see what it would turn out to, and that's when I went big. I said, oh, I like this, and I put in another $12,000 that I had laying around, and boom. And from there on out, it just continued to rise. I did a massive withdrawal, almost $20,000 at one point. I think 17,000 and change is what my withdrawal amount was. Why? Because that was my money I put in. Remember, I put in 100, 500, 1,000, and then the 12,000. If you do the math, that's $17,000. So when I did that withdrawal, that was my money I put in. I got it back. All this extra shit is extra. All this stuff is extra. I did put in more money, and I got more money out. I put more money in, I got more money. So that's what I continue to do. So my contract doesn't end until my latest one ends in 2019 of April. So I did a recent $1,000 purchase, but my biggest one, it doesn't end until 2019 of December of 2019. So we still have this year and the end of next year. So 2019, December is my last big contract will end. We'll see what happens from here on out. I mean, I don't want it to end, obviously, because this has been very profitable for me. I don't want the contracts to end at all. So the smart thing to do is if Hashflare, again, is still around, and hopefully it will be, and Bitcoin mining is still profitable, again, because when Bitcoin doesn't become profitable or Bitcoin runs out, which is the potential to happen, I mean, Bitcoin will eventually run out. There won't be no more Bitcoin left. There's only a certain amount of money. There's going to be other contracts. So you got Script, which is Litecoin. You got Zcash, Ethereum. You got Equicash, which is Zcash here. Zcash has been on a run lately. I haven't purchased any here, but this is a potential. I may move some of my currency and stop buying some Zcash in the future. Because if Bitcoin doesn't become as profitable, then, you know. But right now, it's not as profitable to go into that type of currency now. So if you look at $10,000 and you put in Zcash now, you're only making $437 to $559 a month, which is not a lot of money. Compared to Bitcoin, where you'll be making $2,700 to $3,500 a month. That's why I'm mining Bitcoin now, and I will continue to do so until these other currencies make more money. And right now they're not. So that's the reason why I'm showing you this. Now, the minimum price is 60 cents per 10 gigahashes. So it's not that much money. But again, you want to start off with a significant. If you put $5,000, your income will be about $13.69, $17.50. Maintenance fees take about a quarter of that money away. You're looking at maybe $1,000. I want to say between $800 to $1,000 you'll be making with $5,000 investment take home. All right, so that's, again, does not include the maintenance fee. So with the maintenance fee, you're looking about between $700 to $1,000 a month with a $5,000 investment in Bitcoin. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. Hopefully you guys take this into consideration before you make a decision whether you joined or not. I mean, I've been in this program for almost a year. It'll be in April. It'll be, actually, this is a year because April is when I started looking at the program. I put a small amount of money in. My beginning contract, my big contract, my $12,000 ends in June, I think. In June, something like that. Give or take, possibly. I don't remember. I would have to go back and check. But, I mean, I'm not concerned about that right now. My concern is making sure that this is going to continue to make money for me passively, which has been fantastic till this day. And, again, I love it, and I will continue to promote it because it is profitable for me, and I think it'll be profitable for others as well. So this is what I'm doing, is sharing what's working for me. You have the decision to make. You have to do your research. Again, I don't. And all I do is share my referral link because they pay me 10% of whatever you invest. So if it's $1, I make a penny. So you get the idea. But you'll find out all that information on their website. Just check it out. Sometimes they have great sales with their hash rate, which they did last week. It was 25% off on SHA-256 and Script, which was wonderful because you could have saved hundreds of dollars there, between $200 or $300, maybe even more, depending on the price you would have went in. You would have put $5,000 in, you would have saved a significant amount of money, which would have been fantastic. But again, that's ended already. They finished selling out on that contract with that code, but you can still purchase hash rate now with Hashflare. So people say, well, how come they continue? How can they pay out every day? How come they continue to have contracts open? How's that possible? It's because they signed new contracts, okay? They open up a new place in Iceland, okay, where they have new machines, and they joined. This is an email that they sent out. If you read it, watch it, go to their blog. Hashflare has a blog. It's all right there. Do your research before you decide to get in. That way you at least know what you're doing. So other than that, that's all I want to share. I hope you guys appreciate this video. The link will be in the description. My website's there as well. That will take you to my videos showing you what I was able to do at that particular time, how much money I was making at the time, how much I was able to withdraw, my high point, and then the step 1 through 3 of how to get started. If you don't know how to get started, there's a step 1, 2, and 3. How to take your money, turn it into Bitcoin, and then reinvest it in here, and vice versa. So hopefully you guys like this. Comment below. Any questions, I will answer them as best I can in the most earliest time frames. I can't always be on a computer, but you get the idea. So other than that, appreciate you guys. Take care. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye-bye.